Welcome everyone to today's video, where we'll be showcasing the transformation journeys of our patients. So, let's begin with the journey of our first 3 patients and see how their hair transplant results transformed their appearance and confidence. Meet our patient 1, patient 2, and patient 3. 3 individuals, 3 journeys, and 3 different levels of baldness. Patient 1 was struggling with diffuse grade 2A, patient 2 with diffuse grade 3, and patient 3 with diffuse grade 4 baldness. On paper, these may look like medical conditions, but in reality, they were daily battles. Battles against low confidence, against social judgment, and against the reflection in the mirror. Now imagine this: 3 different baldness patterns, 3 unique scalp conditions, and one goal: to restore not just their hair, but their entire identity, giving them a renewed look. This is where our experts stepped in, not only as surgeons, but as true architects of transformation. With scientific precision, they designed a personalized strategy for each patient, from crafting a natural hairline to distributing grafts meticulously, zone by zone. And the result? Hairlines that appear untouched by surgery, density that feels effortless, and transformations so real that you might question if it is even possible. This is not just hair restoration. It is about rewriting stories, one follicle at a time. Stay with us till the very end, because what you are about to witness is nothing less than cinematic. 3 patients, 3 battles, and 1 spectacular outcome. This is where baldness ends and confidence begins. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming updates. Now let us take you through the pre-surgery conditions of our 3 patients. Each one had a different type of baldness and a different story. Our first patient, patient 1, was suffering from diffuse grade 2A baldness. His hairline had completely gone back, making an M shape. Because of this, his frontal area looked empty, and he needed more density there to improve his appearance. Patient 2 was dealing with diffuse grade 3 baldness. His hairline and temples had gone back, which damaged his overall facial frame. The front and half of the mid-scalp had become thin, and even his crown area was showing signs of thinning. With PRP and medication, that crown area could still be improved. Now let's talk about patient 3. His baldness was more advanced compared to the other 2. He had diffuse grade 4 baldness. He started losing hair very fast at a young age, which badly affected his confidence. His scalp was clearly visible because of thinning, and his hairline had completely gone. The frontal and mid-scalp needed coverage through PRP sessions, but the biggest challenge was his crown. It had lost its natural swirl pattern, and the density around it was also gone. Our experts had to carefully cover this large crown area. But here is the most important part. All 3 patients, even with such advanced baldness, had a very strong donor area, and that became the game changer. Because of this, we could create natural results and also ensure that they last for a long time. So get ready to watch 3 amazing journeys. These are not just stories of hair restoration, but also of hope, confidence, and transformation. Because when the right diagnosis is matched with the right technique, change is guaranteed. If you are facing similar hair problems, share your scalp pictures with our experts. They will guide you on whether you need a hair transplant or a medication plan. Now let us move to hairline designing. After examining the complete scalp, our experts first trimmed the hair of all 3 patients and gave them a proper head wash. This helped remove dirt, excess oil, and dead skin cells, creating a clean and smooth surface for accurate markings. While designing the hairline, our experts carefully looked at each patient's facial proportions, bone structure, and level of baldness. Every marking was done with precision, keeping in mind the balance of their face. For patient 1, whose hairline had completely receded into an M shape, our experts designed a custom hairline to restore his natural look. The distance of the new hairline was measured from the glabella point, ensuring perfect symmetry. They also marked the remaining bald zones that needed coverage. Moving on to patient 2, his hairline design was also measured from the glabella point, but in his case, temples were also created to frame the face better. Since he was at diffuse grade 3 with heavy thinning in the frontal and mid-scalp, his plan required more detailing to balance aesthetics and density. Now, let's look at patient 3, whose baldness was even more advanced. For him, the experts designed a custom hairline suited to his face shape, again using the glabella point as a reference. Along with the frontal hairline, they also carefully marked the crown, where density was completely lost, ensuring full restoration planning. These markings were not just simple lines on the scalp, they were the blueprints of transformation. They guided the surgical team, defined the recipient zones, and ensured that every single graft placement would add to a result that looks natural, balanced, and aesthetically perfect from every angle. Want a perfectly natural hairline that suits your face? Book your appointment with our experts today and start your transformation. This is one of the most crucial steps in a hair transplant. Inside the pre-marked zones, our surgeons carefully create tiny slits that decide the exact direction, angle, depth, and density of each graft. For all 3 patients, the advanced zigzag technique was used in the hairline to achieve a soft and natural look. Every slit was customized according to the patient's facial proportions and baldness pattern, ensuring perfect balance and natural growth. This step is the true foundation of results that are not only long-lasting, but also look completely natural. The procedure began with the administration of local anesthesia in both the donor and recipient areas. This ensured the entire process remained completely painless for all 3 patients. After this, the slit creation provided the perfect foundation for both aesthetic appeal and medical success. With this preparation complete, our experts moved to the most important part of the procedure, is extracting and implanting the grafts simultaneously. Now, let us see how the grafts were implanted in each case. Patient 1. To restore his receded hairline, our experts implanted single and thin hair follicles in an irregular pattern, giving it a natural and soft look. For achieving higher density in the frontal region, double and triple hair follicles were used, which created a fuller appearance. In total, 2,600 grafts were implanted, all safely extracted from his donor area. Patient 2. Here, our experts implanted single and thin follicles in the hairline as well as in the temporal angles to frame his face better. Since his frontal and half of the mid-scalp were more affected, double and triple follicles were placed to add density and volume. In his case, a total of 3,500 grafts were implanted, again extracted only from his safe donor zone. Even though the graft count was not very different from patient 1, the additional grafts helped cover his larger baldness area. This patient had a more advanced stage of baldness, requiring restoration in multiple zones. To rebuild his facial frame, single and thin follicles were implanted in the hairline zone, and in the frontal area where density is needed, our experts implanted double and triple hair follicles around the swirl area of the crown, where single, double, and triple hair follicles were implanted. For him too, a total of 3,600 grafts were implanted, all harvested from his safe donor zone. Through this precise combination of graft selection, placement, and angles, each patient's scalp was customized to look natural, fuller, and long-lasting. If you really want to transform your look and explore the hair transplant procedure in detail, drop a comment saying hair transplant, and our team will reach out to guide you every step of the way. Let us now take a look at the progress of each patient, one by one, starting with their PRP sessions. 1 month follow-up of patient 1. 1 month after the transplant, when our patient 1 visited the clinic for his first follow-up PRP session, our experts observed that around 60% shedding was visible on his scalp. Many patients get worried at this stage, but this is completely normal. In fact, this shedding phase is actually a positive sign that the implanted follicles have entered their natural growth cycle. One month follow-up of patient 2. When we looked at patient 2's condition during the same timeline, he had also experienced a more similar shedding phase. And this is not just about these two cases. Almost 90 to 95% of patients go through this stage after a transplant. The shedding allows the newly implanted follicles to rest and prepare for stronger, healthier, and permanent growth in the coming months. So, instead of panicking, this phase should be seen as the beginning of transformation, because once shedding settles, the real journey of regrowth begins. If you have doubts regarding hair transplant, then what are you waiting for? Book your consultation now. 4-month follow-up of patient 1. 4 months after the transplant, when patient 1 came in for his second PRP session, our experts were truly impressed by the progress. His M-shaped hairline now perfectly frames his face, giving him a naturally balanced and youthful appearance. The frontal area showed remarkable volume and density, which reflected the precision and care taken during the transplant. Even at this early stage, the transformation was clearly visible. The previously thinning areas were filling in beautifully, and the new growth was blending seamlessly with his native hair. Each follicle was contributing to a fuller, more natural look, demonstrating the effectiveness of the carefully planned treatment strategy. Seven-month follow-up of patient 2. 7 months after the transplant, patient 2's scalp revealed a truly striking improvement. His newly designed hairline now perfectly framed the temples, giving balance and symmetry to his facial structure. The frontal and mid-scalp areas displayed rich density, and the regions that once suffered from visible thinning had filled in beautifully. The transformation was not only physical but emotional, as his overall look became sharper and more youthful. And the most remarkable part is that this is only the 7-month stage. Every patient's growth timeline is unique, yet even at this point, the progress is nothing short of inspiring. Nine-month follow-up of patient 3. Patient 3's 9-month journey stands as a remarkable example of natural restoration. At his first PRP session after the transplant, the improvements were already extraordinary. His hairline had been fully redefined, the frontal and mid-scalp thinning had vanished, and the crown area showed remarkable coverage. The beauty of his progress lies in how seamlessly the transplanted hair merged with his native strands, creating a result so natural that it was impossible to tell the difference. Not only did the transplanted hair grow thicker and healthier, but even his existing native hairs became stronger, resulting in a flawless, realistic transformation. This stage reflects not just the success of the surgery, but the harmony of science, precision, and patient commitment working together. If you are experiencing similar signs related to your shedding phase, so connect with our experts today. 7-month results of our patient 1. If we compare patient 1's 7-month results with his initial condition, the transformation is truly remarkable. He was struggling with the challenges of diffuse grade 2A. Today, his newly designed hairline beautifully enhances his natural facial features. The frontal and mid-scalp areas, which still showed thinning around the 4th month, have now achieved healthy and balanced density. The overall scalp coverage looks natural and complete. The minor thinning that remained earlier has been fully resolved with regular PRP sessions and proper medication, making his journey a perfect example of early yet impactful progress. Ten-month results of our patient 2. Patient 2 has journeyed from diffuse grade 3 baldness to thick, strong, and healthy hair. His transformation speaks louder than words. In his initial condition, he had completely lost his natural hairline along with the temples, which had receded into a deep M shape. The frontal zone and almost half of the mid-scalp were severely damaged, but now his hairline has been artistically restored. The frontal and mid-scalp areas have regained natural density, and the overall scalp looks effortless and real. His entire appearance has undergone a dramatic 360-degree turnaround, bringing back his youthful charm and self-confidence. This is not just a cosmetic change, it is a revival of personality, energy, and identity. Patient 2 today stands as proof that with science, artistry, and commitment, life-changing results are possible. Thirteen-month results of our patient 3. Patient 3 began his journey with a severely receded hairline and a completely damaged crown. His scalp looked bare, and the frontal structure of his face had lost its balance. 13 months later, the story is entirely different. His hairline is now perfectly shaped and frames his face with precision. The frontal and mid-scalp regions have gained impressive density, while the crown, one of the most difficult areas to restore, is filled with healthy, natural growth. His transformation is so complete that it is impossible to distinguish between transplanted and native hair. From a damaged scalp to a head full of dense and natural hair, patient 3's appearance has been fully redefined. This result is more than restoration, it is renewal of confidence, personality, and charm. All 3 patients had different conditions, and each achieved results at different stages of their journey. That is why comparing your progress with someone else's is never accurate. Scientifically, a hair transplant shows its complete results in around 12 months, but the timeline varies from person to person. When we look at the results of these 3 patients together, one thing is crystal clear. Every transformation is unique, yet equally outstanding. These results are living proof of the QHT technique, executed with precision and backed by the consistency and expertise of our team. This is what makes QHT different, special, and truly transformative. Most importantly, these journeys are an inspiration. The right team and the right technique, you too can achieve results that restore not just your hair, but your confidence, your identity, and your life. How long will it take to see full results after a transplant? Scientifically, the complete results are visible in about 12 months, but the timeline varies from person to person. Some see faster progress at 6 to 7 months, while others continue improving up to 15 months. Why is my progress different from someone else's? Every scalp is unique. Factors like the grade of baldness, donor area strength, lifestyle, and consistency with PRP sessions and medications all influence growth timelines. That's why comparing your results with someone else's is not accurate. Will my transplanted hair look natural? Yes. With QHT, every hairline is designed scientifically according to your facial structure and bone proportions. The grafts are implanted at natural angles, ensuring results that blend seamlessly with your existing hair. Is the result permanent? Absolutely. Transplanted hair is taken from the safe donor zone, which is resistant to baldness. With proper care, these results are permanent and last a lifetime. Do I need PRP or medicines after the transplant? Yes. PRP sessions and prescribed medications strengthen both transplanted and native hair, prevent further thinning, and enhance density. They are a crucial part of the journey to ensure the best possible results. Dreaming of results like these? Your transformation can start today. Book your consultation now and let confidence make a comeback. This journey showcases the transformation of 3 patients: diffuse grade 2A, diffuse grade 3, and diffuse grade 4. Today, all 3 have achieved completely transformed results, brought together in one powerful frame. If you are also struggling with baldness, do not wait any longer. Book your consultation today. You've just seen the transformation journeys of our first 3 patients. Now let's move on to the next patient and take a look at their hair transplant journey.
Hello viewers. Today we are going to share the 9 months result of our patient who was confronting the challenges of diffuse grade 4 baldness. This baldness led to a receding hairline in an M-shaped pattern which receded so severely that it made the frontal area completely sparse from the sides and thinned the remaining, and it didn't stop here. It also affected his mid-scalp with thinning. The remaining scalp maintained a healthy growth. His donor area was also densely populated and full of healthy hair follicles. After a thorough scalp examination followed by a hair trim and a head wash session, our experts crafted a custom shaped hairline tailored to his facial features, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle and at a precise distance of 7 cm from the glabella point. Additionally, the remaining recipient area was also outlined and the affected mid-scalp was also encircled for a comprehensive approach. During the procedure, our experts implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone to create a natural and soft look and make the hairline look perfect with his facial features. For the frontal area and mid-scalp, where more volume and density were needed, we strategically implanted double and triple hair follicles. This not only restored the fullness but also ensured a natural transition. In this case, a total of 3,500 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor zone, ensuring long-lasting and natural results. One month post-transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed 60% shedding in the transplanted region, and the redness visible on the scalp was because of the surgical implantation of grafts. The native follicles were growing at its own pace, and in the meantime, his donor area also healed completely. Three months post-transplant, the shedding phase was concluded and the follicles entered the growth phase and were growing maturely. At this stage, the hair growth was uneven and his donor area became completely undetectable. Seven months post-transplant, the progress was impressive. His hairline had started to come in, framing his face naturally and giving him a defined look. The early growth in the frontal area and mid-scalp was noticeable, making a real difference in how his hair looked overall. By this point, about 80% of the expected density had filled in. The rest of the density will continue to develop in the next few months, adding even more volume and completing his transformation. Nine months post-transplant, the results were amazing, as the hairline was perfectly framing and enhancing his natural features. The frontal area and mid-scalp had gained light blockage density, with the seamless integration of transplanted and native hair strands. Even the untouched crown region, which had retained its natural swirl, now complemented the overall appearance, adding to the balanced look. His appearance was completely altered in comparison to the initial conditions. Now he had a fuller, healthier head of hair, giving him a renewed sense of confidence and various styling options that were previously bound because of baldness. If you found this patient's journey inspiring and are ready to regain your confidence and youthful appearance, book a consultation with our experts today.
Hello friends, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get update on every video.